All right, let's look at this question that is from 2022 paper 2. Okay, so the question is under statistics. So it's saying that the table shows the height of 100 plants measured in centimeters on a particular day. All right, then we have this table which is showing height of those 100 plants. Then we have their frequency, which is 3, 8, 14, 22, 23, 22, 8. The first question that we are being asked to find is saying calculate the standard deviation. Calculate the standard deviation. So, with some knowledge on how we were able to find those problems on the previous videos, all right, we are going to apply it there. So we are not going to use the table. All right, on the previous videos, I used the table. I also used without creating a table. All right, so we are going to solve it quickly because without using a table, it's quite time-saving, unlike using a table. If you check out the previous videos, you will understand my point. All right, so now how do we get to calculate the standard deviation? All right, so first thing first, we are going to find the mean. All right, we are going to find the mean. So how do we get to find the mean? So mean, it represents x bar. That's what it means by mean. So we have x bar, all right? X bar is equal to. So what we have here, we are going to say 3 multiplied by the midpoint of that x. Or we are going to find that x which is between, all right? 3 and the midpoint multiplied by the midpoint. And 8 multiplied by the midpoint of that. 14 multiplied by the midpoint of that. 22 multiplied by the midpoint of that. 23 multiplied by that, the midpoint. 22 multiplied by that midpoint. Then 8 multiplied by the midpoint. Then over the total of the frequency, or the summation of the frequency. So in other words, I mean this. So what has happened is that we want to find the mean. All right, we want to find the mean. So we are now multiplying that frequency, all right? It is frequency times the midpoint plus sequence multiplied by the midpoint frequency. So now how do we get to find that one? So we have 0 and 10. So say 0 plus 10 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So we're going to put 5 right here. Okay, then we come here. We say 10 plus 20 is 30. 30 divided by 2 is 15. We put 15 right there. Then we come here. 20 plus 30 is 50. 50 divided by 2 is 25. We come here. 30 plus 40 is 70. 70 divided by 2 is 35. Then we have 40 plus 50 is 90. 90 divided by 2 is 45. Okay, then we come here. We say 50 plus 60 is 111. 111, all right, is it? No, 110. So 110 divided by 2 is 55. Then 60 plus 70 is 130. So 130 divided by 2 is 65. Okay? So now that we find the midpoint, we are going to multiply or calculate all that, then over the calculation of all that. So what are we going to have? All right, so what I've done is I've entered all that data. So if I say equals, I'm getting 4,020. So please check out, if you multiply everything, are you also getting 4,020? Kindly comment so that I know that people are indeed following. All right, now I come for summation of f, that is the total of our frequency, which is giving us 100. So we are going to divide by 100. Okay, and of course this 100 can also be gotten from the question. So because we have been told it's 100 plants. So you can even get it from there. Then we can simply say our mean is equal to, what is 4,020 divided by 100, it is 40.2. 40.2 is our answer. All right, so this is how you get to find the mean. But this doesn't mean that you have found the standard deviation, not yet. So the next thing that we need to find is the variance. All right, so now how do you get to find the variance? So the variance is denoted by this symbol. So for us to now find the variance, we are going to say the summation, right? The summation of f of x squared over summation of f. Okay, so what is the summation of f of x squared? So what you are going to do, come back to that information. This 3 is our frequency, which is f. Then that x is the one that we find the midpoint, right? So we are now going to square this, because that x is the one that is being squared. So we get to square the 5, the 15, the 25, the 35, the 45, 55, and 65. Then after that, we get to multiply them. 3 by the square of that, plus 8 multiplied by the square of that, plus then we say over summation of f, which is 100. Just a quick reminder. The formula for variance is actually this minus, all right, the square. I almost missed this important point. Now we have the standard formula for the variance, all right. So what we need to do is, because now the mean we know it, which is that. So if we square that, we just bring it there, all right. But now what we need to find is this. Okay, so I rushed into talking about this part, forgetting minus the square of that mean. So, since we know what mean is, okay, so if we square that, that's what we're going to put there. But this information, we don't know it yet. So what we're going to do now is get all that data. But this time around, we are squaring these, which are in the bracket. All right, so we have squared them now. So what we're going to do is we are going to enter this data on our calculator, right? So if we enter that data, which is there, so I've done 3 open bracket 5 close bracket squared, plus I've entered all that data. So I'll just say equals, I'm getting all that. So it's 884,500. 884,500. All right, so 184,500 over 100. 184,500 over 100. So now, if we get to divide by that, we say 100 there, 100 there. So what we are going to remain with is 1,845. 1,845. That's what we're going to have. So if this is what we're going to put there, let's now find the square of that mean. Square of that mean. So it's 40.2 squared. So just subtract, all right? So 1,845 minus the square of 40.2. And our answer is 228.96. 228.96. All right, so just for the sake of us following step by step, we say 40.2 squared, it is 1,616.04. So if we get to subtract that, it's the one that now we get 220, okay? So if we say 1,845, 1,845 minus 1,616.04. That's what we're getting. All right, we're getting 228.96. So we're going to write that. That is our variance. So now, this is variance. Now, how do you get to find out the standard deviation? The standard deviation, for us to find the standard deviation, now we get to square the variance. All right, we get to square the variance. All right, so now we are saying that if one finding now the standard deviation, we get to square the variance. So we square that 228.96. So So what we're going to do is we're going to square the answer, and our answer will be 15.13142426. So our standard deviation is 15.13. So after squaring, of course, our answer is 15.13. That is our standard deviation. So we have managed to answer the first part, that is part A, saying calculate the standard deviation, and we have carried our 6 marks. So the next thing now is answer the part of the question on the sheet of the all right. So now we go to the graph. We are now responding to this part B. All right. So B is saying that using the table above, complete the cumulative frequency table below. So it's saying answer this part of the question on a sheet of graph paper. So we are using a scale of 2 centimeters, but before we do that, we need to complete that table because the table is incomplete. All right. So now, how do you get to complete this table? Do you remember how we're finding cumulative frequency, right? We are finding the frequency, right? We start with the 0. We say 0 plus 3 is 3, right? Then 3 plus 8 is 11. Then 11 plus 14 is 25. 25 plus 22 is 47. All right, so 47 plus 23, we get there. And then that plus that until 100. So that's how we're going to do. So what we're going to do now is to complete it. All right, so we have 0 right here. Okay, wait. Yeah, cumulative frequency. It's cumulative frequency. Okay. Cumulative frequency. Then we have 0 right here. Then we have a 3. Then we have 11. Then we have 25. So now we are saying that 3 plus 8 is 11. Then 11 plus 14 is 25. So 25 plus 22 is 47. Okay. Then 47 plus 23. So 47 plus 23, we get 70. Then we say 70 plus 22, we get 92. Then 92 plus 8, we get 100. All right, that's how we go about. So I'm going to say this again. So what we are doing is we are saying 0 plus 3, it is that 3. 3 plus 8, it is 11. 11 plus 14 is 25. 25 plus 22 is 47. 47, all right, 47 plus 23, we get 70. 70 plus, we say 70. 70 plus 22, we get 92. 92 plus 8, it's 100. That's how we filled up this cumulative frequency table. Now that we have done that, we come to the scale part. All right, it's saying copy and complete, which we have done. But now we come to this scale part. We get to interpret this scale and draw a smooth cumulative frequency curve. All right. So we are being told that we use a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 10 units on each axis. So from this box to that is 2 centimeters. So meaning that from this point to that is 10, 20, 30 in that order. So now let's come up with a Cartesian plane. All right, so that is our Cartesian plane running, because we have been instructed to say we're taking 2 centimeters to represent 10 units on both axes. So from x-axis from 0 to 70, which we just did from 0 to 70. Then from y-axis from 0 to 100, all right, from 0 to 100. So that's how we came about the Cartesian plane. So let me just lift this one up so that the way can easily be seen. Okay, let me take it again, way up again, up again. So, okay, alpha 90. All right, okay. So, we'll be moving the paper. So now, we are being told now to draw a smooth curve. So now how do we do that? We use this scale. So we start from 0, 0, 0, is at the origin, right? That's where we start from. So we have that. Then need 10,3. So in the x-axis, this is our x-axis and this is our y. This is our x-axis on top, then our y-axis. So we have 0 in the x-axis and 0 in the y-axis. 10 in the x-axis and 3. So we come here, 10. Then we start counting 1, 2, 3. Where the 3 is, that's our y-axis. So another point is right there. Then we say 20 and 11. So this is 10, 11 somewhere here. Okay? Then we are using this information. So we have from 20 and 11. Then so 30 and 25. All right? So 30 and 25, this is 20. So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 is right here. Okay? Then we come 40 and 47. 40 is right here. And in the y-axis, 40 is here. So 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47 is right here. Then we come 50 and 70. So 50 is here. 70 is right here. Okay? So we have 70 here. Okay? Sorry, supposed to be network. Wait. Okay? 50 and 70, yes. Then it's 60 and 92. 60 is right here. 92 is just, this is 90. This is the line for 90. So 91, 92 is right here. Then in the last one is 70 and 100. 70 and 100 is right here. So now we're going to connect this dot. All right? We'll connect these like that. All right, so now the curve will come out like this. All right, this is our curve, come out like that. So that's how you get to answer this part here. And you get 3 marks, all right? That's how it's supposed to come out, as nice as it is like this. So now let's check out the next video as we get to answer the final part. Then we go live. So showing your method clearly, use your graph to estimate the semi-right. So in answering the last part, saying showing your method clearly, all right, showing your method clearly, use your graph to estimate the semi-interquartile range. So for us to find the semi-interquartile range, we need to know the upper quartile and the lower quartile. So how do we get to find the upper quartile? So upper quartile, because now the data correction, all right, our data set is divided into 4 equal parts. All right. So when you're finding the upper quartile, which is denoted by Q3, okay, it is out of 4, 3 out of 4 parts. 3 out of 4 parts. All right. It is 3 out of 4 parts. That's our upper quartile. It's 3 out of 4 parts. So our data, which is our cumulative frequency, it is out of 100. Okay? So we say how many 4 are in 100? They are 25. Then we say 3 times 25, it is 75. So our upper quartile is 75. So what we are going to do is on our data, we come, this is 70. So 71, 72, 73, 74, 75 is right here. So we are going to draw a dotted line here. Okay, we get to draw a dotted line like that. Okay, like this. So it's very advisable to use a ruler to avoid such. Okay, then we bring it down like that. Okay, we bring it down. It's where it's right here. Huh? So we drop this line, that one, this. We drop it. Okay. So we drop it all the way down here. All the way down. Okay, then we check, it's 51, 52. So our upper quartile now, it is 52. All right, our upper quartile is 52. We do the same with lower quartile, which is Q1. So for Q1, it is out of 1/4 multiplied by what? 100, which is the 25. So we are going to have 25. So we come where 25 is, okay? Right here. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 is right here. We do the same. Okay? And you need to clearly indicate, because this is now our Q3. So we are going to draw a dotted as well that will touch the curve. So somewhere here. So pyong, 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 pyong. Down here we have pyong, pyong, pyong. So our lower quartile is 30. So we have go to 52 minus 30, right, over 2. So 52 minus 30 is 22, right? It's 22 over 2. So now our answer will be 11. That is our answer for the semi. Right, we have a question right here. It's saying the frequency distribution table shows the number of hours students studied on a particular day at a college. So number of hours, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And numbers of students, we have 0, 3, 3, 5, 6, 2, 1. And they're asking us to find the standard deviation. So how do we get to find the standard deviation? So before we jump in and start solving for standard deviation, we need to know our mean. All right, so now how do we get to find mean? So our mean can be found by, which is x bar, that is mean, is equal to summation of f of x over summation of f. All right, summation of f of x over summation of f. So now how do we get to find this? So what we are going to do is, on our given data, we are going to write, we have 0, open bracket, we are going to indicate 1. Then we say plus 3, open bracket, we put 2, plus 3, open bracket, put 3, plus 5, open bracket, 4, plus just like that. I hope you've gotten the gist. That's more like it. So that's what I mean by summation of f of x. So this is our x, that the ones that are in the bracket, and our O is the frequency. So now that we have that, we can now multiply and add those, right? We find the summation of those. So we can easily punch on a calculator. All right, so I've entered all the data for the top part, which is 0, open bracket, 1 plus 3, just like that. So then we say equals. I'm going to get that, which is 84. So now I'm going to write 84 on top as our numerator. Then I find the summation of f, which is 0 plus 3, all right, plus 3 plus 5 plus 6 plus 2 plus 1, and I'm getting 20. Okay, so then I say 84 divided by 20. 84 divided by 20, I'm going to get that, right? So 84 divided by, 84 divided by 20, we are getting 4.2. So that is our mean. So our mean is 4.2. So now that we know our mean, what we are going to find next is the variance. All right, it's the variance, whose formula is that. All right, our symbol for variance is that. So we have variance is equal to, the formula for variance is more like that of mean, but what we're going to have is something like this, something like that. All right, so we have summation of f of x squared over summation of f minus the square of our mean. All right, this is for variance. So let's find this, because mean we know, so we're just going to square that and put it there. So now let's find this part. Okay, all right, so for this one, what we are going to do now, for this one, what we are going to do is we are going to square our x now. So we're going to have this as squared, 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 squared. So even on our calculator, we enter that data like the way it is. So we're going to say like for a start, we have 0, 0, 0 open bracket. Let me clear this. 0 open bracket, right? 1 squared, all right? Plus, we say 3 open bracket, 2 squared, and so forth. All right, then after that, after entering all the data, we divide. We have 390. So that 390